That being said, today's episode is brought to you by the good people over at DraftKings. You know, the leaders in sports booking. Not only are they safe, but they are secure and Deke. Most importantly, they're reliable. We love reliability. We love that. And
you have to.
I mean, and not just that, you know, we got action for you, for all those first time people out there. You know, we got to have a promo code. Trina tells you all the time, right? Promo code. Use the promo code MOATS. If you use that promo code every single time, you will be fine. But for all the new users, when you use the promo code MOATS, you will get up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. It's an awesome concept. You put money in, they match it. Just make sure you use the promo code MOATS, but only on your first time. All right. But with that being said, man, major love to them. But more importantly, Deke, as we said before, some people have gambling problems.
Sure.
Some people struggle with their ability to say no or to say yes. And when you have that, this is what you need to look at. This disclaimer right here. I said, if you or you know somebody who has a gambling problem, crisis counselor, or referral services, you just call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-GAMBLER. That's what you call. That's what you call. That's what you call.
Don't cross the moat.
Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the homie is on with us. Terence Garvin, former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker, West Virginia Mountaineer, the man, the myth.
My locker mate.
Jeez. He's seen the struggle. He's seen the struggle.
My locker mate. What's happening? How you feel today?
Hey man, I'm alive. I'm well. Yeah. I'm recovering. Yeah. You know, slowly but surely. You good on your end? We saw Rodgers just got the Rona. Make sure you good,
man. Bro,
everybody
Rodgers got the Rona. We lost Devontae last week.
It might be. You know what? It's a Wisconsin thing, bro.
Got it.
It's a Wisconsin thing because that's when I got my Rona. Remember, I was in Wisconsin when I came.
You went to Wisconsin,
bro.
Yeah,
you're right. It might. It's a Wisconsin thing, bro.
Okay, so we figured it out. We found
it's a Wisconsin thing, bro.
They need away games the rest of the year. They need away game. So, hey, maybe that's a perfect reason not to go there.
See?
But Aaron Rodgers to Pitt next year. Did I start something?
Let's go. It's a certain person on this show.
You're saying the wrong thing, man.
I'm saying the wrong thing.
Oh, man.
You're preaching to the choir on one end, but the other end of this, arrangement here isn't too fond. But you got to.
I'm a 7 guy, man.
Well, no. He's a Kenny Pickett guy as well.
Nah, in college.
Yeah, he's a Kenny Pickett guy as well.
I went to Pitt. So, we already won our rivals.
I'm sorry about that. We got that. I apologize to you.
Are you talking about last game? Or just in general? Because we're doing a little better than West Virginia this year.
Pick a category.
We're about to win the ACC still.
Lifetime. You know what I mean? Whenever you want it,
I like how we ain't even 5 minutes in and y'all already going Pitt, West Virginia. Jeez.
Well, there's that, and then he says the A-Rod stuff for Steelers quarterback next year. I'm all over the place right now.
Deke feeling attacked.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Let's go,
man. But look, man, we got to talk, man, because obviously the Steelers had a big move yesterday. Traded Melvin Ingram to the Kansas City Chiefs for a 6th round draft pick. But just as a whole, man, what were your thoughts on the trade? Would you have done it? Did you like the move? Share what you're thinking on it, man.
Yeah. Initially, I thought Pitt had lost the trade. Initially, I was like, they lost. They gave away Ingram. Yep. They had spent some money for it. They had lost the trade. But now, when I looked at it, I kind of read about it. I think Pitt did well because they got something for him. You know what I mean? Very easily, you could have just let him go. He could have just rode off and went to Kansas City or wherever he wanted to go. He could have went to a Baltimore. He could have went a lot of places. You know what I mean? Know a couple of the secrets of the defense. That's dangerous. So it's like I thought them being able to just get a draft pick for him was a boost. I thought that was a good thing. I thought they were able to win the trade in the sense of being able to get a draft pick and being able to move forward through that. You know what I mean? I think whenever you got somebody, he's 31, 32, when you got somebody a little bit older like that, their trade value goes down. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Especially a 1-year deal, too. Yeah. That's what he was on.
Not to change subject, I was just getting into it. I'm like, that Von Miller trade is a good trade. I just don't know if I'd have gave a 2nd and a 3rd for a 32-year-old. You know what I mean? When you start getting older, it's like, you got to think about the future with those trades.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
So
slow down. Absolutely, they slow down.
Yeah, no matter what, like it's still the game. You know what I mean? A lot of contact. You've kind of built a team. You got to think Kansas City has what? Frank Clark over there. They got Javon Reed over there.
Yeah,
they got
Chris
some
Jones
pieces in
down
terms
in the
of
inside as well. So
So they got some pieces in terms of their pass rush. They got some pieces in terms of their pass rush they've already built. So it's kind of like he's coming into a role over there where it's going to be interesting to see how they use him. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the whole thing. I heard the whole thing was he didn't like his role per se, but it's intriguing to know like what do you see your role or what could be your role at certain ages. Like that's how the league kind of starts to get. So I think Pitt won the trade. I think it was a good trade for everybody. You know what I mean? You get that out. He gets a fresh start. They get a new draft pick. Just keep on keeping on.
Now, did you have an issue with him being traded to a division, or not a division opponent, but an AFC team, right?
KC.
It's Kansas City, right? I mean, we finally got them down. They finally got a down season. It's looking like maybe one or...
Have they figured it out? Have we figured it out?
They figured out 500. That's what they figured out so far.
Okay.
But you don't want to help them per se, but what were your thoughts on them sending him directly to Kansas City, though, man?
I'm okay. I mean, it's better than, like I said, like a Baltimore. It's better than going to a direct division rival. I think at the same time they wanted to get something for him. I'm sure that's why it took the time that it took. I'm sure they called NFC teams. I'm sure, you know what I mean, the other side, does anybody want this? And it's like that just happened to be the trade that they were able to get, it seemed like. So it's like I say, you're able to get something for him. You know what I mean? If you just give him away, he just leaves and goes on. He can go wherever you want to go. You know what I mean? You can go to a Baltimore. You can go to a Cincy. You can just stay inside the total division. So it's like, I think that's not bad. You know what I mean? You get something for him. It's a good trade. Everybody gets to restart. He gets to go and get his role, maybe the role that he seeks, which is a blessing to him. And it's kind of like Pittsburgh gets that draft pick and they get to move on as well.
Now, when we look in this room now, now we're just looking at TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith as the starters, and then it's Derek Tuska and Taco Charlton.
Okay.
How you feeling about that depth behind Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all right. You know what I mean? And the Pitt kind of usually runs a little 3-man system anyway. You know what I mean? Even though it could be 4 and 5 in there, it's usually about a 3-man rotation. So you got TJ. You feel me? You got TJ. That's a hot one.
Gotta have him.
Got that. You
gotta have him.
You know what I mean? And it's like you got Highsmith. I'm sorry, like that. Highsmith. And it's like you still got Taco. So I thought Taco played good last week. Yeah. I thought he had a good game. He's an upcoming person. He's playing hard. He's got good size.
Great size. He was in Kansas, he got that first round draft pick size. You know what that looked like?
When he was in Kansas City, they kind of kicked him inside. So he would play like the D line a little bit.
Almost like Cam plays here.
Yeah, so it's kind of like him going back to that edge. You know, he's heavy hand. He's going to be strong out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's going to be able to set edges. He give you a little bit of that bud, and he play hard. He's fast and physical. So I think that's a good, you know what I mean, a good substitute, a good replacement per se, a next man up for the situation that they're in. Like, you know what I mean? You got somebody that's still hungry. He still wants to show what he can do. He had talent. It's a first rounder. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a shot for him. It's his moment. You know what I mean? You get to heat it up in Pittsburgh, and hopefully you learn the system and just keep riding.
So we eating tacos, and that's what we going with. We okay. Taco what up then? Taco what up?
I think it's Taco. I love his chain, bro. I'm forever a Taco fan. He got the taco chain. I think that's so dope, bro.
The details.
I love the chain. The taco chain. You feel me? You're like, what's your chain? That's my name, Taco. I love it. He give a sack and he give out tacos. I love it. I love it. I'm a fan.
His celebration is hard. I make a lot. I like his celebration. His celebration is hard.
Hey, side note. As a player, everybody listen, your celebration has to be dope. Like, stick with something that the people
celebration.
That the people can do. You need something the people can do. If you get something the people can do, the people will do it with you. Facts. And you can just run with it. You feel me? Come on.
I appreciate you because you guided me. You helped me.
Bro,
these are
we used to work your celebration
we did.
Every week.
We went through this.
You have to stick
and we found
with
something. We went through it until we found it.
You had the action, right?
Yeah. But we had to go through it. We had, all right, we'll go. Let's try this one this week. Nah, that ain't your look right there. That ain't the one. I try this one.
That wasn't it.
All right. I mean, kind of, but not really. Then we settled and was like, yo, that's the one. That's it.
That's the one. I need the NFT photos. I need a piece of that.
Let's get it.
So yeah, no, you gotta just stick with one, get one that's nice and neat, something the fans can do, and run with it. You know what I mean? Run with it. Stick with your stuff. I love that TJ does that same thing. Like now, he got little kids doing it on Halloween.
Everybody
it's like you can
now,
run
man.
with it. Come on, kick it in.
Let's get it, man. Now, transition a little bit, man, before we start, because we got to ask you about this game too coming up, right? Bears still, we got to talk that. But before we get there, Devin Bush, Robert Spillane, man, they've recently been splitting reps at some points, right? Where Spillane has carved out a little bit of a role in some of their smaller dime packages and pass situations. Just what are your thoughts on those two guys, you know, having a shared role in a sense? And do you think Devin Bush can get back to having a job 100%?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's intriguing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Devin Bush being the first round draft pick is like you invest for a 3-down linebacker. But I think that it's great that Spillane's able to do it. I think the way he's running the system, in a sense, you can see he's comfortable. I think they're comfortable with him, and I think he's comfortable in there. So I think it's a trust thing. You know what I mean? Like I believe like they really just trust him on 3rd down to run that 3rd down unit. I think they're building something. It's kind of like when you find a package that you like and you trust and believe in, you feel can get off the field, you stick with it. So I think he's hot right now. I'm sure Bush will be back in on 3rd down in a sense throughout the year. You know what I mean? I'm sure that's not just going to be the total 3rd down package. Like one thing about Coach T, he gonna draw it up. So it's kind of like I think he'll get back in there. I'm sure they'll figure something out. I think they're just trying to, right now it's just about wins. It's getting off the field. So they're still trying to identify, I believe, his strength on 3rd down. You know what I mean? Whether it's still in the blitz game or whatever, his strength's going to be in 3rd down.
What do you think it's going to be for him, though? When you watch him, what do you think?
I just think he's a blitz. I think he's a downhill type guy. You know what I mean? I think he's still trying to figure out how to cover. I think covering is way more than speed. Like it's fast people that kind of can't cover. It's fast people who can cover. It's some technique to that. So I think he's still trying to learn his technique. I watched in camp. He tries to do a lot of catch technique and different things. I think he's just trying to figure out his comfort level. Yeah. These tight ends are fast. You know what I mean? There's guys out here that can run. So it's kind of like you got to have some technique to that. You got to know when to move your feet. You got to know when to sit, when the break route's going to come. So it's kind of like he's just learning. That's still part of growth and development. I think that's something Spillane kind of has a little bit is his coverage. You know what I mean? I think that's a little bit more of his strength. So I feel like he's trying to work strengths and weaknesses right now, just trying to get wins.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? He's in there just trying to get wins. He's doing what he got to do to get wins. So I'm sure you'll see Bush back in on 3rd down. I'm sure this is right now what it is, but I'm sure you'll see him start to get back in on 3rd down in some capacity on that defense.
So we still optimistic about him then, right?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, just making sure. Because I know people. Some people throwing the bust label on him. Some people try to put the bust on him. We just checking.
Is he a bust or is he just a really high draft pick? You know what I mean?
When you move up to 10th in the draft to get a player, that's the expectations. You know how that go.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of like what eye are you looking for too?
Right.
You feel me? It's like it's tough. Like I think we just had a Shazier. You've had Timmons. You've had some hot guys in that middle. You've had some, I'm in here every game and I'm going to give you a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, those aren't normal people. I was having that convo today. I'm like, Shazier was a really special player.
He was.
You know what I mean? It's rare that you get somebody mentally, physically that's just totally invested. Like, he was a special player. Yeah. LT was a special player, special.
Law dog. Come on now.
Dog. You feel me? Like, 10 years, I'm going to be there every game and physical. Like, those are special units. So it's not that these people aren't special. It's just you gotta have the right lens. Yeah. Like let this kid let him grow. Let him keep learning his game. You know what I mean? His game's not gonna be a Shazier game or LT game. He's trying to find his game. So it's like they gotta figure out where they can use his game. He's still sharpening his toolkit. You know what I mean? So I'm not giving up on him. I like him. I still think he can run. He can hit. He's physical. He's got that dog in him. Like, don't forget what got him picked there. You know what I mean? So.
For sure. Now, Mo's hinted at this earlier. Little game preview coming up, Monday Night Football, Steelers versus Bears. Rocking the Color Rush jerseys, too. Can you give us what you think's going to be happening in this one? X factors? What do you see happening?
Win. must win game to me. I think they have to win that game. I think you have a young quarterback over there in Chicago. I think the defense has to expose that. So to me, it's totally about the defense this week. Like, it's totally on the defense. I think that team, the offensive line isn't that strong. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're not that strong. Like, they're just offensively still, they're totally trying to identify themselves offensively. So I think it's just about getting to that quarterback. I think making him super feel uncomfortable, making him get off the spot. You know what I mean? I think containing him at the same time is super important. But as long as just that quarterback's uncomfortable all game, I think that's majorly important. You know what I mean? I think they just got to continue to run the ball. They're starting to run the ball well. They're starting to really move people off the ball. Their offensive line is. So I just think they got to keep polishing that up, keep running the ball, and control the game. You know what I mean? But definitely a must win. Monday night, must win. Come on. Come on.
And now you hit it. You alluded to it right there when you said you got to keep, Justin Fields, right? Because he likes to run a little bit there.
He likes to run.
Just talk about, as a guy that is very, very familiar in coverage, very familiar with how that element works. Just talk about the strain a quarterback like him could put on you when you're in coverage and what coverage you can use and can't use, man.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, everything turns into man. Whether you're in a zone or whether you're in man, when you have guys like that, you have to plaster. So it turns into man. So it makes it just makes it tough on you because now you're playing tag with somebody open field. He doesn't have a place he got to go. He could just go anywhere. It's like, get open now. You know what I mean? So that's a different strain. So that's why mobile quarterbacks that keep their eyes downfield, they're dangerous because they buy time for you to get open. You got the Tyler Lockett's of the world. Like once you buy some time, you can't keep up with people like that. You know what I mean? It's people who excel, just thoroughly excel in the scramble drill. So it's like, it's always dangerous.
Scramble drill.
The scramble drill, man. Somebody go deep, somebody come back. Like,
it's the worst.
Come on. So you want to keep that in the pocket. You know what I mean? Just make sure you keep that in the pocket. But at the same time, this is a Cam week. So if you say who's his father, I think this is a big Cam week. I think he has to kill the interior. I think the interior has to just eat. You see what I mean? I think that outside has to get their rush. I think that's super important, obviously. But I think you have to contain him more than anything. He can't be breaking outside, breaking pockets, buying more time, running around. You don't want to play that game. You want to keep him in that pocket. You want to make him have to make decisions, but uncomfortable decisions. And I think that's kind of the name of the game for them this week.
Now, the Steelers receivers played pretty good last week. Deontay Johnson, it feels like they're starting to form a little bit of an identity on offense. Yeah. Some of the debate going on in the offseason was like the Steelers have a wide receiver, legitimate like franchise receiver on this roster. Do you see either Claypool or Deontay Johnson in that vein right now?
I mean, it's hard to be that guy. Like, once again, like, it's hard to be like that guy. I think you have a combination of that guy and those guys, if that makes sense. I think you have a Deontay Johnson who can take the top off of you, but he still got that scatty game. He got that hitch and turn a hitch into 12. You know what I mean? You got to respect that. Those hurt. Those hurt. Like, don't sleep on those. You might not have somebody that's going to take a hitch and take it 60. You know what I mean? It's possible, but he's going to take it 12, 14. He's going to make something happen with it. And then you got a Claypool that's a big body. Like, you can do a lot with that. All those digs, you know what I mean? Those posts, like, you just can do some stuff with that. So I think the combination of them two together, you know what I mean? I think is dangerous. You feel me? I think you'll start seeing 14 more. Tell me.
Oh, you talking about Ray McCloud?
We want to see James Washington.
I'm a Ray McCloud. Yeah, I think you'll start seeing Ray a little bit more in that slot. Like, you watch, he makes a lot of. I'm telling you.
What's your case? What's your case for Ray over Washington?
Yeah. I'm a Ray McCloud fan. I think he has a lot of game in there. I think he's just been a return man for a while, but I think you can do a lot with him. He's that gadget guy you're looking for in those sweeps. They give him to Claypool a lot. I think he would be nice in those sweeps, those reverses. Just like his game is a lot of free game, if that makes sense. Like, he likes space and he does well in space. I think he's a good player.
Well, speaking of that, obviously before you had got on, we were talking about two wide receivers that fit that same mold, Deshaun Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. Since Deshaun is obviously released and OBJ is looking like he might get released. Do you think there would be any interest? Do you think that could even fit? Or would you even be interested in those type of guys coming here to Pittsburgh?
Yes, no.
I would say yes and no.
Of course they fit. These are stars. You know what I mean? Of course they fit. They fit anywhere they go. I think a lot a lot comes with D-Jack. I think D-Jack's a great player. I think he's a great dude. You know what I mean?
I like the caveat. A lot comes with D-Jacks.
I just think a lot comes with that, and I think I don't know if that's where that locker room, the strength and maturity is ready for that. You know what I mean? I think they're still a young, especially our receiver room, that's a young nucleus. Yeah. You know what I mean? And they're still trying to figure themselves out. You bring in a big dog like that, a real Rottweiler like that just takes a lot of command. I think that could potentially give you another Melvin situation, maybe not. You see what I mean? It's kind of like you don't really, you can't do two of them in a year. You know what I mean? You don't want too many breaks. You can't take too many breaks.
We can only handle so many of this.
Yeah, I can only take so many heartbreaks.
Hey, TG, we're a hardened group. We've experienced a lot in that locker room, but man, come on now. It's a limit.
You can't have two of them. You know what I mean? You can see Coach T's patience already short. He does snap, stop asking me about the college stuff. He's locked in.
I blame TG for that because that was his group that's been stressing my man out. And now here he is this many years later, and we get the residuals. I blame TG. TG was in there gassing him. Yeah, do that. Yeah, you good. You the man.
Nah, man. TG was getting cussed out for trading jerseys. Remember that?
Hey, you gonna fire me for my jersey? What? Yeah.
We ain't got all these TGs in the back. Come on.
Yo, that's funny, man.
But I think Odell would be great. You know what I mean? I just think a lot comes with that. You got a lot of media. You know what I mean? It was kind of a big problem with the Juju world of last year. You know what I mean? People were complaining and saying like that. That's like the same character.
You think he'd be better in the locker room, though?
I think they both would do good in the locker room. Okay. You know what I mean? I just think it's all good till it's not good. If that makes sense. It's all good until, to me, I'm honest and truthfully, I thought DJ had a great situation in LA. I don't know the total internal.
I swear I did
It looked really good early in the season.
Hey, I'm you're in your backyard. You're about 33, 34. You know what I mean? You can set up your world. You're in your backyard, and you got a good team here. You got a shot to do something. You feel me? So it's what exactly are you looking for? So it's to bring him here, it kind of could be a lot of the same script, just different cast. What are you looking for? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's totally what you're looking for right now if you're bringing him here. You feel me? That's just my personal. I of course they would fit. They're good dudes. Everybody's working. We all trying to work. But it's kind of I just don't think right now is the time where you're looking for that. I think you got in terms of your offense. It's just build it. Just build it. You know what I mean? Keep coming on. Just build it.
I can respect
You got speed in there too, though. 14 can run. Come on.
They can.
Come on.
I'm with it. Now, we got to transition a little bit before we let you go now. we did see your Mountaineers get y'all a little bit of a big win this weekend, man.
Yeah,
but what I want to know going forward though, we seen these college football playoffs, these rankings just get released as well.
Yeah,
how you feeling about that, man?
I'm truly
you my college guy. I know you got me. Talk your talk real quick. I need to hit it, man.
With that, okay. I'm truly upset. Hold on. So they dropped Cincinnati
all the way to 6, man.
Undefeated Cincinnati from 2 to 6.
6.
They put Bama at 2. They put Georgia at 1. Oregon at 3 and Michigan State at 4. So to me, it's teams that don't even have a chance to get in. If Bama wins out and Bama gets to the SEC championship, they're going to see Georgia in the SEC championship. If Georgia beats Bama again, I don't see Bama dropping, but nothing to 3
tops.
Maybe they 3 at top.
No,
you can't.
You can't
not in the SEC championship.
Yeah,
you can't. You can't in the SEC championship. They go to the SEC championship. They went out. You're going to see basically that same 4.
Wait,
Michigan
would you
State
do
and
it,
Ohio State. Would I do?
Would you drop them?
You can't, because the way you can tell they're looking at it, they're actually looking at the games this year. Because they have Oklahoma at 8 or 9. They're undefeated. Yeah. You know what I mean? They have Wake Forest down there. They're undefeated.
Well, in Cincinnati as well. Cincinnati they just struggled back-to-back games. Was it Air Force? It was oh my goodness, I'm trying to blame. It was
South Florida, I believe.
And it was one of the academies though. One of these academies that they just struggled with.
Did. Yeah, they did. And it's kind of like, to me, they're clearly looking at
Navy.
the body.
That's who it was. They beat Navy by 7.
Yeah.
And struggled with Tulane a little bit as well.
Good games.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they have to be looking at the actual games now, because it's like there's no way you can say that you can put, like, honest and truthfully, a 1-loss Bama in there. It's undefeated teams still in here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should truly be the undefeated teams in there if that's the case. But they're looking at the play. They're looking at the actual games. You can feel it. And it's like, to me, I don't see Bama dropping out that 4. Yeah. I don't see how Cincinnati can get in that 4, no matter if they win out.
They don't have enough quality opponents either.
Yeah, I don't think they can get in that 4. If they win out, I think they still don't get in. You know what I mean? Ohio State and Michigan State could potentially kill each other off or just switch roles.
But you still got Oregon in there as well.
And I don't think they have to play nobody to get there. Respect. I think they got the clearest road. So it's like, to me, if Oregon don't lose, I think that whole thing, I think you see the 4 right there. Just maybe one, maybe a tweak with Ohio State, but I think that's it. Man. And I mean, I know we still got a lot of year to go. Yeah. Things happen. But if things go the way they should go, you kind of see the playoffs. They done told you what's going to happen here.
Now, if you had control, how would you have your top 4 right now?
My top 4 today is, if I had control.
Yeah.
The TG's top 25.
Yeah. You give it to
top
us.
25.
Who's the player? Who's in the top 4 right now? You
I'm
let us know.
I'll be realistic and then I'll be real. So
let's go.
So like realistically, I would put Georgia at 1. I honestly and truthfully, I would put Cincy at 2. I truly would have Michigan State at 3, and I'd have Bama at 4. You see what I mean? And Oregon at 5. That's what I would have. I don't think Cincy should have dropped out. Like, if you see what they're doing, Cincinnati lost to Georgia last year on a field goal. Their body of work, they've been building that program for a few years now. That's a 4 or 5 year program. They're a contender. They're just not being respected.
But how do you justify them going to the wire with Navy, the midshipmen?
I get that.
Midshipmen.
Okay, so since it's Navy, we don't respect it differently. Bama lost.
I get it. But who they lose to, though? Quality of a player, right?
So what? Because it's like, you see what I mean? That's where we're talking now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now we're saying you lost. You know what I mean? Oklahoma has 1 out. They beat Texas. Like, you see what I mean? Yeah. So since Texas has started to lose, it made that win even less. You see what I mean?
Well, I also thought the Oklahoma versus Kansas as well. Like, when I saw that game and how that was going to the white, it was ugly. You saw that
and
game.
I think that's what knocked them down. But they're still winning. West Virginia, we took Oklahoma to the wire.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Y'all should have won. Then y'all could have been in this conversation.
We should have had.
But instead, y'all wanted to let them off the hook, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're on our way back though. I think West Virginia. To me, if you come to Morgantown, it's a tough day. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. We just beat Iowa State.
But y'all ain't played
to
Pitt.
Morgantown.
If it was Pitt, I think it would be different this year.
We'll blow Pitt out.
No.
We'll blow Pitt out.
No.
We'll contain that rush and we'll penetrate down the middle like I told you just now. You know what I mean? We'll blow Pitt out. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm looking at this top 25. Even with our loss last week, I'm not seeing West Virginia up here. We're still at 25, and we got a Heisman. We got a potential Heisman contender here.
You're a big loser. Respect.
No, I know. Honestly, I shouldn't be bragging about that.
I'm not hearing it.
I'm not that pumped about it.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the Chick-fil-A Bowl, bro. Respect, bro. Respect.
We won the ACC championship.
Hey, no Chick-fil-A slander. I like Chick-fil-A. No Chick-fil-A slander. No Chick-fil-A slander.
Salute the Chick-fil-A Bowl. But I'm just saying, like, you feel me?
I'm looking at this. If we would have won last week, we legitimately could be in the top 4 when it was all said and done. But
in the top what?
Pitt, if they would have won last week, if they would have won out, they would have probably played like Wake Forest in the ACC championship.
They can't beat Wake Forest.
We beat Clemson.
Right now.
No, they can't. That was just a bad game by
Wake
us.
Forest ranked ninth right now as well, man.
Wake is nice. Wake's undefeated.
They can score, but they went to it with was it Army? They had one of the ones too.
They did.
Yeah,
but they're a good team,
they had one of the ones too.
Pitt has a lot of hype. I'm joking. I'm taking shots, but Pitt has a lot of hype. They got a good quarterback in there. Yeah. They got a good team. They've been building that team up. You know what I mean? You can see them. They're growing.
This was our chance. This was our chance.
Yeah, this was y'all shot though. Y'all had a good team.
Yeah, we let down though.
Still Pitt though. Still Pitt.
Better than W.
West Virginia just got a nice win last week. You can't say that respectfully. You feel me? Respectfully.
All right.
You think I'm being disrespectful?
Yeah, respectfully. You can't say that.
I love
You feel me?
nothing like
You
a
might
little
not be able to
banter.
come to Morgantown. You gonna mess him up. He ain't gonna be able to come to Morgantown.
No.
Come on.
Oh, dude, I know. I was there in high school and they
Morgantown.
tried to beat me up, dude. I had a pit hoodie on. I'm telling you.
But I say, T, you gotta get the fans right over there, man. Yeah, be a little bit more nice to the Pitt fans when they show up. All right.
Oh, man.
You
know what it is.
You could just verbally assault, not physically, though.
You see what we did to Virginia Tech? We take rivals out. Respect. Come on.
We got a game coming up, right? When they have that scheduled? Next couple of years?
I think
next year, right?
I think it's next year.
I think it is.
Yeah. I'll be here. I'll come talk to y'all. I'll let you know. We're back.
Pull
I'll
up
come
game.
in my full West. In fact, let's take it now. If West Virginia win, I need you in a full West Virginia sweatsuit after that. And I need some type of words. I need an apology. Like, we'll make the bet now. We'll rewind the tape.
Hey,
West Virginia.
You gotta amp it up a little. He cuts eyebrows off when he bets. He showed up with no eyebrow for like 3 weeks.
Take the eyebrow off. I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? Just like that's where he's at with this thing.
All right. I need to shave head then.
Oh, yeah, we could do something like that. We could talk about some scenarios for sure.
We got time.
Yeah, exactly. We got time.
Hey,
I'm definitely be willing to do that. Something like that. Yeah.
Like it.
Full speed.
Hey.
Bet.
Oh, it'd go back to you though too. I mean, obviously you got to have some consequences, right?
Oh yeah.
It's all good. Not worried about it.
That's what I mean. We'll talk about it. We got time.
We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Hey, my dog T. As always, man, major love, man. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Chop it up. And we definitely got to do it again. You know this.
Definitely locking in.
But
hey, y'all stay clean from the Rona, man. Y'all stay healthy, man.
Facts.
Hey, keep 6 feet away from moats over there, man.
Yeah, we good. We good.
I've recovered. I've done my due diligence.
Over here.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Jeez.
Come on.
Stole me out, man.
We was gonna put you in the bubble, the indoor, bro. Don't come outside.
Chill. I did my time. All right. I'm out. I'm outside now. I'm outside. But my dog, man, we're talking again, bro.
Oh, good. Love, bro.
I appreciate it, bro. Peace.